Hello, folks, and welcome to another episode of the show that has managed to already find itself in detention, and not even all the kids are back into school yet. How'd that happen? Welcome, everyone, to Dad's Turn to Talk. I am your moderator for this evening. I got us into detention because I still can't shut up about the 49ers. My name is Derek, and allow me to introduce you to my two degenerates I find myself in study hall with. Let's start off with the one who got into detention because he got into a fight with the woke kids again when I told him not to. The one and only Bob. Bob, how are you this evening?
You know what? I'm doing good. Ready for tonight. Looking forward to having a good time. Enjoyed watching some of those preseason games. It was cool seeing some of those rookie quarterbacks, but kind of a shame about JJ McCarthy. Looks like he's going to be out for a little while.
What they say, 6 weeks?
Well, they said it depends on how bad the meniscus, or what was meniscus, right?
Meniscus. It was his meniscus.
Yeah, how bad the meniscus was, but it's whether they could just clean it up or if they had to full on repair it. So
dig in there.
But either way,
sorry, JJ.
Either way, doing well.
All right, very good. All right, and allow me to introduce you to my other partner here, who just feels like detention. The one and only Josh. Hello, Josh.
Hi, Derek. You've put me in detention since the minute we met.
It's pretty true, actually.
I have not been out of it. I got to tell you guys, I'm actually doing great. Watched a movie last night that we've talked about, and I don't know why I was laughing so hard. Police Academy 2. I don't know why, and I've seen it, and to me, it's like one of my least favorites. But like Mauser is just some of his lines in that movie, and when he's like yelling at everyone, and then what's his name, Commandant Harris's brother walks in, and he goes, "What happened?" And then he walks in, and goes, "What happened?"
Commandant Harris? You mean Lassard?
Or Lassard. Yeah. And I don't know. I really was laughing throughout that whole movie. So.
Well, when you haven't seen him for a while, the one just pops back up again. It's a good feeling.
Yeah. When he's watching the hair. Oh, Lou, no, Lou. That was good.
Have you ever seen Jones, Michael Winslow, actually do the Led Zeppelin "Whole Lotta Love" with his mouth?
No.
I'll have to send you guys that. It sounds
I want to see
insane. That. He can sing it and everything, and the guitar.
I just saw a clip of him on America's Got Talent.
Oh, really?
It was random. Yeah, I don't know what happened, but yeah. Simon recognized him. He's like, "You're from the Police Academy movies."
That's great.
Love those movies. I still like Police Academy 5, even though the people don't love it. I think
5 was actually the first one I ever saw, which is weird.
Really?
Yeah, that was the first one. And then I went back and caught all the others. But yeah, that was how I was introduced. I was a little late to the party on that one.
After the fourth one, I stopped.
Citizens.
I still saw the others, but I didn't like any of the others after 4.
Yeah, Moscow was not good. I wasn't a fan of Mission to Moscow or?
Yeah.
I wasn't a fan of that one. The third one I like. Everyone loves the fourth. Everyone talks about the fourth too.
Citizens on Patrol.
Yep. Yumma, 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 yumma.
He never knew when to quit.
Oh. Eric was laughing.
That's you, and that was perfect because that was you in detention, which is where we're at now.
Me in detention.
Yep. All right, gents, what do you say we kick off this evening?
Let's do it.
All right, folks. Well, we had a very fun episode last week where we talked about Comic-Con, but Disney will be the first to tell you they're not the only one that gets a piece of that ass. We're going to do it ourselves, too. So here we are, D23, which began in 2009, just happened very recently. And in essence, if folks aren't familiar with it, it's what I just said. It's basically a Comic-Con version of Disney, where they talk about all sorts of all things Disney that are going to be coming your way within the next year or even longer than that. And there's several different sections to this that we're going to go through, but we're going to start off with live action films. And when we say live action, it can be many different things, and I'm sure people are familiar with this now. But it's like the live action movie of The Lion King, not the cartoon, but the live action. Same with Aladdin; they did one too. So it's going to be live action films. That's going to be our first section here.
And specifically, we're pointing out ones that are under specifically just the Disney banner, not Marvel or Star Wars. We'll have separate sections for those.
Yep. Thank you for that. I like hearing that, Bub. And speaking of how could I forget? If you like our little show here, please feel free to click that thumbs up and make sure that you get the extra credit and subscribe on the side there. We would love to have you. Feel free, of course, to add comments as you like as well. There's going to be a section where we would love to hear from not only the dads, but every we'll be getting into here. There's a lot of fun that we can have with what's going to be coming up. So let us begin. Live action films for Disney. Bob, let's start with you. Anything intriguing, anything not so intriguing that we would like to begin with?
You know what? Most of it isn't very intriguing for me for the live action. Okay, so first off, you mentioned Mufasa, the Lion King here. So I saw the trailer for this thing, and it looks like they're redoing, the whole origin for Mufasa, where basically Scar was supposed to be king, and Mufasa was like the orphan who gets adopted into the family and ends up becoming the king. I mean, heck, if I was in Scar's place, no wonder he wanted to kill him. It just kind of makes sense now.
Well, what makes it even worse is that when Mufasa grows up, he's bigger than him. So what's he going to do?
Exactly. Yeah, so I don't particularly like that. Yes, intriguing. They do have another Tron movie coming out. They didn't really say a whole lot about Tron, but they did mention that 9 Inch Nails was going to be doing the soundtrack for Tron. So
that's going to be good.
So that sounded kind of interesting. Mm-hmm. They announced the title for the next Avatar movie as being Fire and Ash. So, I mean, I liked the first 2 Avatar movies. I mean, they're not the greatest, but I think, they're visual spectacles. They're cool to see on the big screen. So for that reason, I'm sure this new one will probably make a lot of money. I mean, both of the previous 2 films made over $2 billion. So, I mean,
they work.
Yeah, and just some of the other stuff, and I don't want to go through everything because I know Josh wants to say some stuff, but just one other one I want to mention. They mentioned that there's a sequel coming out to Freaky Friday called Freakier Friday, in which they brought back Lindsay Lohan and Jamie Lee Curtis. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't really know about that. Give it all the time. I mean, how could you really do a sequel to that? But, I mean, we'll see.
If Jamie Lee Curtis starts acting like Paris Hilton, that's an A+.
Yeah.
Yes. I love Jamie Lee Curtis.
And they mentioned Lilo and Stitch, but that was just like, a 10-second announcement. I mean, at least Stitch kind of looked like Stitch. So, I mean,
yeah.
So beyond that, I mean, not really anything that interests me. I know the big one is coming up. So Josh, I'll let you talk about that one.
Yeah, we should.
Oh God, you mean Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs? Oh my God.
Josh, real quick, I gotta say, I'm impressed with them. It's really something that you can make a Snow White movie without Snow White in it. I mean,
yeah, isn't it amazing?
I mean,
isn't it amazing? And you have the evil queen who's gorgeous.
Yeah, you don't need a Snow White if you got her in it. Mm-hmm.
And then the dwarf. Oh my God! I think Walt Disney is probably turning over in his grave right now.
Oh, those dwarfs look bad.
They do not. I saw a preview again today, and I was like, no, like what? And like Bob and I have talked about this, Derek, about what's her name, Rachel Zegler, who really has just put herself with all the negative talk about it. I mean, nobody is interested in this.
And you know what's sad, Josh, is that I think she's actually a decent actress. Like I thought she was good in the Hunger Games prequel.
Yeah.
And she had and she had to do some singing for that. And so she's got a good voice. Plus she was in West Side Story. So we know she's got a good voice.
Right.
So like if she hadn't opened her mouth and blasted everything about Snow White,
that's the problem.
People would be more accepting of her.
Yep. That's the problem. She just insulted it. Oh, Prince Charming will not kiss me. And, I am an independent, strong female character. And
well, then why do you need 7 dwarves?
Yeah, exactly.
That reminds me. Speaking of the dwarves, I don't know if you noticed it in the footage. because I don't know how much of it was in the trailer, but there's actually some more footage that they showed at D23. And as she's sitting there, having them all clean the house,
Yeah.
you know, she's sitting there handing them the broom and handing them this and handing them that to clean the house. Didn't she clean the house in the original version?
She did.
Because she got there, she invaded their home, and she felt bad for what she saw, so she went ahead and cleaned the house because she was also trying to, you know, help him out. It wasn't because she was, you know, it wasn't because she was being submissive or anything like that. She honestly was just trying to help him out, which makes sense because she moved into their house.
Again, it's they want to change things up. It's like, this is what we talked about. It's like Bob has said this for years, where he said, create something new. Why do you have to change what we love?
But can I make a statement about that too?
Go for it.
Yeah.
There's really only one, like, when you go back to the cartoons of Disney, there hasn't really been any that I've liked that they've made live action. They've all kind of just not been good.
I thought Beauty and the Beast wasn't bad. That's
okay.
I haven't watched all of them, but I did
that was the least bad of the bunch.
I mean, I didn't see Jungle Book. I really haven't.
I heard Cinderella was actually pretty good.
I didn't actually see it, so okay.
Yeah, I didn't either, so I can't speak for that one. But I've heard a lot of people say that Cinderella was actually pretty good.
Okay, well that's then let's leave that one alone. But The Lion King was.
I didn't see it.
You know what's weird about The Lion King is that's a movie that made $1.5 billion, so it made money. That's why they've got this prequel coming out.
Yeah,
but a lot of people complained about it because the animals just had no emotion on their faces.
That was it.
And
that was exactly it.
Don't get me wrong. I understand they tried to make it as realistic as they could, but part of what makes the animated films so great for all of these films is the emotion that you can get out of these characters.
Yeah.
And that's taken away with The Lion King. Yeah, it just wasn't there. And the other one that really disappointed me, Derek, you said The Lion King disappointed you. The one that disappointed me was Mulan. Mulan is one of my favorite animated films. And the live action film.
You mentioned this before, yeah.
No,
it just didn't hit it this time.
No.
And you know what? Going back to the animal thing, did you ever see The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's how you do emotion on an animal. Aslan was perfect. That was great.
Aslan was great.
I also saw Aladdin. I did see Aladdin.
Aladdin is unfair, and it should never have been redone because Robin Williams is not here.
I agree.
The end. And you know what?
It was terrible anyway.
It would have been unfair to any actor you would have put there. No one competes with him. So it's not just a diss on Will Smith for that, but
it was terrible anyway.
Well, there's that too. Now Tron, sign me up. I'm down to see that one.
Yeah.
Did you guys see the latest one? When was that?
No, I've not seen Tron, believe it or not.
It wasn't that latest. That's what's weird is that was easily like 10, 15 years ago at this point.
That's right. Yep.
Is that what Jeff Daniels was in it, right?
Yes, he was in the first two films.
No, not Jeff Daniels. Was it Jeff Daniels?
Jeff Bridges.
Jeff Bridges. Yeah, not that. Yeah. I knew who you meant. Jeff Bridges. Yeah,
that's who I meant.
The dude, man.
No, I had not seen it. I had not seen the Tron. Freakier Friday, I'm kind of I love because Jamie Lee Curtis. I still remember that first one, Derek. Where's it? Oh, I'm like the Crypt Keeper.
No, Jamie Lee. You know what? Shout out to Jamie Lee Curtis for being around as long as she has. She's done some really good stuff over there.
I'll watch it.
So I'm happy to.
I want to see it.
Yep.
And you know what the thing about that amazes me about Jamie Lee Curtis is that after all these years, she always remembers where she came from and where she started.
Yeah.
And with Halloween, that even after all these years, she was still willing to go back to Halloween.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see?
I think that's pretty cool.
She insulted Marvel and had to apologize. Did you guys see that?
No.
Yeah, but I did see where Ryan Reynolds turned around. He's like, "Oh, are we supposed to be apologizing for everything with that's come out since 2020?"
Yeah.
Did you wait the latest Halloween though? Did you guys ever see that one?
Mm-mm.
I didn't. Okay, For the new trilogy, I liked the first film of the new trilogy where I think this was the one that came out in 2018. That one I thought was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
The one that came out in 2020 or was 2021, the second one, it was okay, but the new one was
no, the
they
one
got,
I'm sorry,
they got way off.
It's the one in 2018 when she's like living in that house and she's basically waiting for Michael to show back up.
Yes,
when she is ready to throw down. That's
a good movie.
It's a great one. Really well done.
Yeah, that one I liked.
Yeah.
Eric, is that a WrestleMania cup you have, by the way?
Sure is.
I thought I saw like the tail end of it. Sorry, mine. I was like,
you want to ask me what's in this glass?
Let's see.
It ain't fruit punch, I'll tell you that. All right.
Sun-Kissed Zero Sugar?
Oh, no. We needed something with a little bit more of a kick tonight. Want to know why?
What is it?
Kate and Dominic go back to school tomorrow.
Oh.
Free again. Free at last.
Real quick. Another movie that was mentioned, The Rock's got a new one coming out called Monster Jam. Apparently that he was going to be that has to do with like monster trucks and stuff like that. They didn't really announce a whole lot about the film, except they said it was going to be from the perspective of the monster truck drivers and stuff like that. So that could be kind of interesting.
Actually, yeah, that's got to be pretty nuts to be sitting in the seat of one of those things.
Little Gravedigger.
Little Gravedigger action.
Gravedigger. The whole
Bigfoot, old school 80s. Thank you very much. Yep. I'm down. Okay. All right. I'm not
the original Bigfoot.
Yeah.
So,
all right.
Well, anything else about live action? It doesn't seem like anything's really tickling the fancies here.
Nah.
Right.
Well, all right. Let's see if the next section does any better. Unfortunately, this is how you know you're in love with something, because it treats you so good, but it knows how to disappoint you as well. That's that's what love is. It can be that sometimes.
Love her.
So here we are with Marvel. All right, Bob, take us away in terms of what was on the docket here. In terms,
all right. So they did show the same footage from the Fantastic Four that they did at Comic-Con, so there was nothing new there.
Mm-hmm.
Captain America, they did talk a little bit about that, and they had some footage showing more of the Red Hulk.
Okay.
They released a second trailer for Agatha All Along, which I didn't think was possible, but it actually looks worse than the first trailer. So,
God,
I guess I'm gonna have to miss that one.
Nope, that you guys got homework at least on the first two episodes.
Oh God!
No, we're in this together, boys.
Yes, we are.
So
they released another one for Agatha. They showed the trailers for Thunderbolts and Ironheart, which I saw the leaked footage of that because they haven't released the official trailers, just the leaked ones. And Thunderbolts, Ironheart, it looks bad like we expect it to. And the one that actually though looks kind of cool is Daredevil Born Again.
Yeah, now we're talking. That's
good. Is this black and red this time?
Well, it looks like he has several costumes.
He's got a couple of different shades there.
Footage, yeah, he's got different masks and stuff like that. What I'm curious to see is how this is going to tie into the Netflix show. If this is going to be a complete sequel to the Netflix show and yet still incorporate all of the MCU, or if this is going to be kind of a soft reboot that just happens to have the same actors.
And you said that they had the same writers coming back for this one too, didn't you?
Well, yes. They my understanding was that they brought back some of the creative team, like for the writers as well as stunt choreographers and stuff like that. So, and looking from the footage, this thing looks like it's going to be pretty intense. They're bringing back what was the name of the actor who plays the Punisher?
John Barenthal.
Yes. So they're bringing him back to play the Punisher again. They brought back, of course, Foggy and what's the lady's name? Paige? Is that her name?
Yes,
no,
I believe.
No.
Yes.
Was it Paige?
I think it's Paige.
Oh gosh, now I'm gonna have to look it up.
Let's look it up. Let's confirm. Let's do it right. Josh, you need to watch the Netflix one.
I know. You know.
This one.
Yeah, Karen Page. So we were right.
Page.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Very good.
Yeah, Karen Page. We just forgot her first name, but
That's
yeah,
fine.
Karen Page. So of course they're bringing back Foggy. I'm curious if Rosario Dawson will show back up in it.
What
But
was
yes,
she?
Josh, you have got to see Daredevil.
It's
And
not on Netflix still, right? It's not.
no,
you can't
it's on Disney Plus.
You can go watch it at Disney Plus. Yeah.
You watch what you got to do though is you got to watch the first 2 seasons, and then
Yeah.
you got to watch the Defenders because season 3 of Daredevil picks up after the Defenders.
What are the Defenders?
That's the combination with Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, and the Iron Fist and Daredevil. I mean, you could probably get away without seeing the other people's shows.
You probably could.
Yeah, the only one I thought that was of the first seasons that were interesting with the others was I thought Jessica Jones the first season was pretty good.
How many episodes is Daredevil a season?
The first season was like 13 episodes or something like that. It's a decent season.
Yeah.
Wow. I don't remember how many are in the second, but
make sure you put Charlie to bed though.
Yes.
Yeah, no, that's so funny, Derek. It's so funny when we were talking about shows that we need to watch, and Bob's like, "You got to watch Shogun." So I go on Disney Plus and I change, I guess the rating. And Lisa's like, I just got an email from Disney about, like, I don't know if it was spam or somebody hacked us, and she changed our password. So now if I go to those shows, I guess I have to go and tell her that I need to change it from, each, because, right, isn't Daredevil, Bob? That's not.
What you should do is have like a separate profile that's just for you with the preferences set for adults, and you set like a PIN number. So when you enter the PIN,
right,
you can go in, because like mine is set where I have a PIN number when I go into
that is I'm actually looking at that now, because honestly, I did not think you could do another profile. Like, it didn't occur to me to.
Oh my God, are you kidding me? We have like 5 on Disney Plus.
Oh, then I'm going to do that then.
Yeah, you want one. You want one for the kiddos, but
that'll be easier. Yeah, no, Charlie uses, but yeah, okay, I'm going to do that. I'll start watching Daredevil.
Yes, it's worth watching, and then when you're done with that, you got to watch Shogun. And the other one, I know this does not have anything to do with D23, but just they said that Fallout got like 17 Emmy nominations or something like that.
Did that really? Oh,
yeah. I mean, Fallout was pretty good. So you guys would want to check that out on Amazon. That's pretty good.
Excellent. All right. We have a catalog to work with.
Is it my turn?
Yeah. What do you think about this Marvel slate coming up?
Honestly, I'm excited about Fantastic Four. Something about it.
Why?
I don't know. It's just something about it seems interesting to me. Little retro.
Every time they have done this, Josh, it hasn't worked.
I know, Derek. It's like what we talk about.
They so perfectly casted Pedro Pascal,
It's like Dark Phoenix, Derek. You and I sitting at X2 here. They're going to do a Dark Phoenix. Yes.
I'm telling you, Susan Storm is going to be the main character. You watch.
Well,
why did you say? Now you just ruined it.
I'm just telling you. Which
is doing with service.
But I will say, I like who they casted as Susan Storm.
Yeah, I did too. I want to talk a little about, as you all know, Incredible Hulk fan, seeing the Red Hulk in Captain America. Loved the look. A lot of people were like, oh, too much chest hair. I didn't think so. I thought it could be, he looks good. What I would like to do, and they're not going to do this because, Marvel wants to spite me, that I feel like he should be cleaning house. Even getting, knocking out Sam Wilson, and nobody can, do anything. And then the Hulk appears. Like Bruce Banner.
You want to see the real Hulk show up.
The real Hulk show. Bruce Banner comes in, transforms into the Hulk, and we get that fight.
So he transforms into Smart Hulk.
No, not Smart Hulk. Savage Hulk.
That's not going to save anything.
Nothing. Why did you ruin it? Why? Why couldn't you just let me talk? Why? Why? We know it's not going to happen. We know it's not going to happen.
No, it might happen, and it still ain't going to save it.
Yeah.
Oh God.
They did announce that Eternals 2 is.
Yeah, they listened to us. Thank God.
Yeah.
Is Red Hulk Harrison Ford?
Yes.
Will he yell, "Get off my plane"? Please.
Get off my plane.
And he's
He
so
should.
funny. He accepted his Legends award the other day, and the first thing he says is, "I'm embarrassed to be here, but I'm honored." Did you hear that?
No,
Well,
I didn't
no
hear
one-
that.
I mean,
Yeah,
no
he
one
was
put
like,
a gun
"I'm
to your head,
embarrassed about
Harrison.
this." Like, I'm embarrassed. Like, it's just so weird. Like, I'm like, really? Like, it's just, but that's him.
It's a very salty old man.
He is salty.
It's very harsh.
Look at Bobby was so upset about that he disappeared.
It said he's had enough.
Because he said he was embarrassed by that. He just took off.
He had to leave. Now I'll tell you this though.
Yeah.
This is just another reason why I think Marvel needs to take a break, because what haven't they done at this point in terms of characters? There's not much left.
Characters. I feel it's storylines. See, the problem is, even like I've noticed, if you grow up and you watch animated shows, you get to go through the entire rogue gallery. Like we talked about Batman, like Man-Bat, Clayface, Joker, Penguin, all that. I think that's what I'm looking for, is to be able to have multiple movies and to go and get into the rogue gallery now that we haven't gotten a chance. And then like Hulk, we never even got, we're getting the leader for Captain America, which makes no sense.
That really doesn't make a lot of sense.
Like literally that makes no sense.
That's a Hulk villain.
Josh, part of the problem with the Rogues Gallery is that more often than not, when they do movies, they do maybe 3 of them, maybe 4.
Told me that for a long time.
And it's tough to show all of the rogues during that time or in that time frame with just 3 to 4 movies. That's why a lot of these work so much better as a TV series or a streaming show where you can really dive into it.
But you don't like that, Bob. You've said it's too much streaming. You've said you like the theaters.
Well, we said too much content. That's different.
Or too much content. But like, if you,
I've told you that I can't believe you said that. How many times have I told you that Batman should be a streaming show?
No, you have. You did say about Batman, but I just think like Robert Downey Jr. when he became Iron Man, he's like, I'm Iron Man. He's like, I'm ready for this role. And, he was in a ton of the movies, but it wasn't individual. It was together. But like the other thing, Bob, you and I have talked about this for years. When you say how many villains we want in a movie, we don't want it, with a ton of villains. Look what Spider-Man 3 did, or look what the Amazing Spider-Man 2 did.
Okay, but are you talking about Spider-Man, like the last one? Like
Andrew Garfield, the one with Andrew Garfield.
Oh, okay.
That's why he left, because
when he was talking Spider-Man 3, he was talking about the Sam Raimi Spider-Man.
Yeah, Sam Raimi.
But part of why that didn't work, it's not because of the number of villains. The biggest issue with that, well, I mean, I do think the number of villains didn't help, but they also dedicated a big portion of the story to him being in the black suit and having issues with the symbiote. So you didn't have the character development with some of these other villains and the time to really flesh things out. That was the problem there because of the story that they used it for. I was telling Josh this a while back that the way I think Spider-Man 3 should have gone is the majority of the movie should have been him in the black suit. And then at the end of the movie, you have him ripping the suit off and it bonding with Eddie Brock and becoming Venom. And that is how you end it.
Yeah, that's how I thought it was going to be that.
And then Spider-Man 4 would have been him trying to fix the problems he caused when he was in the black suit, yet he has to battle Venom.
Mm-hmm.
That's who I watched this documentary. I'm not done with it, but my Icons Unleashed, they're doing the entire Spider-Man series. And Sam Raimi did not want Venom. He wanted Vulture. And
he was going to use Vulture for Spider-Man 4, from my understanding.
No, he wanted it for 3 and was going to have cast Ben Kingsley to play Vulture. And what
Probably a good
happened
vulture.
was right, exactly. But what happened was, so you had a fight between, big surprise, Sony and Marvel. Marvel said, no, the Venom toys are selling. And we want this movie to be about toys.
Merchandise.
Batman and Robin, you know.
But I don't know how much say Marvel would have had on that because
They
the
did.
rights, well,
watched
because
it.
the rights to the Spider-Man characters for film are owned by Sony.
No, but there was a lawsuit. There was a
There's
lawsuit.
it was derived from Marvel though, so they were angry about the cut that they got because Sony got a bigger one probably.
Yeah,
That would be my thought on it.
It was
That they didn't think they were getting enough money.
The directors, not the directors, but the writers, and they were all on. They told the whole story. They said there was a lawsuit pending, and yeah, he was going to do Vulture. Was he going to do Sandman?
He did do Sandman.
I know, but at the time to combine with Vulture, or who else was it? I forgot who else. But yeah, but anyway, that's why I haven't finished it yet to see exactly what else the issue. But no one was happy on Spider-Man 3 set.
No,
and honestly, if you're going to do villains, do Sinister Six.
They did. That was what No Way Home was.
That's what it was supposed to be.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess I was thinking
they didn't call it the Sinister Six, but there was 6 of them, and
yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah.
It wasn't what the original Sinister Six was, but what does it matter? There was 6 of them there,
right?
Which is, I mean, talk about too many villains. That made it great was the fact that there were so many, and they kind of had to work together in order to get everything right, and then they were still bad.
Yeah.
What helped with that is that those characters had already been developed in other films, so you could just bring them in
easy
and just start with the action. So and you could keep the main story focused on Tom Holland's character. So
yeah,
I would have loved to see Craven.
Well, you will.
I know.
Yeah, you're gonna have a lot
later this year. You're gonna love it.
Oh God. Aye.
Well, speaking of something Josh is gonna love, you guys ready to move on to the next section?
Yeah, let's do it. So,
who's ready for pain? All right.
Oh God.
Bob, feed us with whatever cyanide we have to eat here. Just get on with it.
We made Derek angry.
All right, so I'm gonna start with the good. They showed a behind the scenes look at Andor season 2.
They did.
They did.
Did we like what we saw? I didn't catch that one.
They showed it wasn't like a full trailer. It was a behind the scenes stuff, and of course they showed that director Krennic was back.
Right.
You know, some of the characters from Rogue One, all the characters from Andor are back. So that actually looked kind of cool. I mean, it was only like a 2-3 minute behind the scenes look, but I thought that was kind of cool.
Can you play it for us?
No, it's leaked footage.
Oh.
Then they showed some leaked footage of the Mandalorian and Grogu.
I saw that. I think that could be interesting.
That looks okay.
They show Hoth.
And then, of course, they decided to grace us with Skeleton Crew.
Looks great.
That's what, yeah.
Okay, it looks okay. Okay, it looks better than the Acolyte, that's for sure.
You think
Josh, everything looks better than the Acolyte?
Yeah, that's not the bar to set.
I saw you on your video, and when Jude Law showed up, this was Bob.
Well, just because it's Jude Law, but I even said it in the reaction. I love how Josh takes one moment of it. The whole trailer, I'm sitting there going, and yet he takes the one half a second where I'm going, and he's like, "Oh, you liked it."
You become Popeye.
I'm like, no, it looks terrible. Now, in all fairness, it does look like it's for kids. So,
okay,
there's something to be said about that.
Our guest that we've had on a couple times, Lily, she said that she's gonna watch it with her nephew because she's like, I don't think I could fairly review this by myself.
How old is her nephew?
I'll let him roast it.
How old is her nephew?
I don't know.
Oh,
but
at least she gets paid.
Yeah.
I a lot of people have said this is supposed to be like Goonies in space, and I could see where they're trying to get that feel, but it just, this is supposed to be taking place in a galaxy far, far away. a long time ago, yet everything's like looks like a suburb in middle America or something like that. I'm like, who wrote this? This looks stupid. As I was watching that trailer, I was just like, who's this for?
Yeah.
And then it occurred to me, okay, yeah, this is for kids, but I was not impressed. But I mean, like Josh said, yeah, it does look better than the Acolyte, but
that's a real low bar.
Yeah,
you can't.
I was clipping some toenails earlier today, and those look better than the Acolyte. So I mean,
the Acolyte, the Suckalite. It's been a while since we talked about it.
We don't need to talk about it again. Move on. We're done.
But that's pretty much all Star Wars announced. They didn't mention anything about the Rey movie or
I'm right.
Or what's his name? Filoni's movie or Ahsoka season 2 or any.
Isn't that meant the Mandalorian? Oh no, that's Heir to the Empire, right?
Yeah, no. Favreau is directing Mandalorian and Grogu.
Nice.
So that looked okay. I mean, I could see that doing okay in the theaters. I don't think it's going to pull in,
because
like what the main films pull in, but I do think it'll do okay. But you got to keep in mind, Josh, there has been so much apathy that is set in for Star Wars. How many people are going to go back to see this? That's what I'm curious.
It's gotta be like a month's worth of rave reviews for anybody to be like, oh, maybe. And even after that, not everybody. People may have given up. Still, it's hard to know.
Like, let's put it this way: if I wasn't going to review it for my channel or for this one, I probably wouldn't rush out and see it like that opening weekend. I probably would have waited. It's not something after Mando season 3 and all this other garbage they've given us. It's not something I feel like I have to run out and see. The only reason I'm going to do it is to review it for this channel and my other one.
Business.
Yeah.
When does it come out?
I don't know.
2026.
Sometime next year.
No,
next year.
What are you talking?
Next year, I thought.
Which one?
Mandalorian and Grogu.
No, I thought 2 years.
Mandalorian and Grogu is supposed to come out next year, I think.
Oh, really? That's awesome.
Hold on.
I thought it was later next year, but I could be wrong.
Wow, that's cool. I thought it was until 2026.
No, you're right. It is 2026. For some reason, I thought it was next year.
That's
no, but it is 2026.
When in 2026, Bob?
So that makes me wonder how much of that footage is actually footage from the film, as opposed to how much of it is like just promotional footage that they just threw together to release something. Because if we're talking that it's 2 years off.
No, but they probably started. When Derek wants to know, Bob, when is it coming out in 2026?
It says May.
It says May? Okay.
Yeah.
Great. May the 4th be with you.
Oh, it's coming out towards the end of May.
Okay.
They'll probably have a whole celebration of May in order to gear up for that, though.
Oh, yeah.
That's, I mean, they're running on fumes right now. They need something to fuel this up. So
then what? The Rey movie would come out in 2027?
It's not coming out.
God, I hope not.
I don't think it was coming out this year.
Really, so much to love here on the program in regards to this section. So, you know what? Now we can move on to something that does warm the heart, though. Let's talk about animation. You guys are done with Star Wars, right? I think we've covered the turf. Let's talk about the animation section of D23. Folks, you know these. These are the ones that just make you feel good. We're talking about Toy Story, Incredibles, the Finding Nemo, or Finding Dory. Take your pick. Moana 2 is coming out in November.
Yeah.
That would be fun. Folks, you know what we're talking about here, and it looks like there's some good stuff coming out. Bob, take us away on the docket there, if you wouldn't mind.
Yeah, well, they announced that there's going to be a Frozen 3, a Zootopia 2, The Incredibles 3. Now that I'm actually looking forward to, The Incredibles 3, because
that'll be great.
I loved the original Incredibles. The second one, yeah, I liked it, but I didn't think it was nearly as good as the first film. But the first one's amazing.
Yeah.
They're coming out with a Toy Story 5, and they did announce that there's going to be a TV spinoff for Inside Out. So,
That
so
could be
of
fun.
these that they got coming out, the one I'm the psyched the most about is The Incredibles. The Incredibles, when you think back to that first film, that just some of the lines in that movie are great. I love that one guy who tries to off himself and Mr. Incredible saves him, and then you see him suing him, and he's like, "I saved your life. You didn't save my life. You ruined my death."
Great line.
There's a lot of good ones.
Yeah, one of the best scenes in the movie is when he drives home and he accidentally breaks the glass on his car and he picks it up and
That's so funny.
Puts it down with the little kid.
Or what was it where when they're sitting in the cave, Dash and Violet and
Baby Jack,
and she's like, "Look, we're in danger here, and something else is in danger. Mom and Dad's marriage, and he's like, the bad guys are trying to wreck Mom and Dad's marriage."
That's funny.
That's going to be really good. I'm looking forward to that.
I'm hoping they get all the same cast back. Well, of course, for the main cast, because the kids, obviously, you're going to have to bring back different kids unless it was adults voicing them anyway. But I think that it was a different Violet and Dash in the second film.
When's that coming out?
I didn't see when that's going to be, but yeah. So they announced Incredibles 3.
Moana 2 is going to be awesome. That looks great. I hope Toy Story 5. So apparently it's them with like AI robots or something.
Yeah, I did see where like they're having problems with technology, and then some of the Buzz Lightyears are malfunctioning, and so some of them are going to be bad guys. I mean, I guess it could be interesting. Toy Stories for most of the films tend to be interesting. So,
see, I wanted it to be about Andy's kids. Have Andy come back and his kids, and they've got to get back to their, Woody and Buzz have to get back to Andy's kids, but I don't know. We'll see.
Let's let Andy enjoy the single life. He's just got done with college. Okay, he doesn't need to get married yet.
But what is this tonight? Ruining every comment I say, getting my hopes up, and squashing it like a bug.
Absolutely.
His lawyer?
Yep. Counsel.
He's got a point. I mean, we already did the goodbye with Andy and whatnot. We don't need to see Andy again.
He's got Bonnie.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, can we have a little Rick Moranis, Bob?
No, you cannot.
What is this?
Speaking of all this, I was actually in jury duty today. And yeah.
Did you get picked?
No. It's like the one time I have not.
You've been picked before?
Well, I've been picked to go into the courtroom. I have never been picked to sit on the jury.
Okay.
But I've watched enough Law and Order in my life where I can't help it. I always just want to be like, "Objection, Your Honor. Mr. Tandro, you are not counsel. You're not the bailiff. You're not even the clerk. I told you to sit down and keep your compliments and your comments to yourself. Have a seat."
Did you ever watch Sanford and Son?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So I remember there was this episode where he went to jury duty and he was trying to get out of it. And so as he's walking up to the stand, he's like, and he's like, just like this, that he can't, pretending like he can't move. And then so the judge turns around and says, "Mr. Sanford, if I find out that you've been pretending to be injured just to get out of jury duty," he says, "I'm going to lock you up and throw away the key." And all of a sudden you see Sanford like, "I'm healed." And then they ask him, they're like, "Do you believe in capital punishment?" And he goes, "Absolutely. I believe everybody in the nation's capital should be punished."
Dude, we are so dating ourselves right now.
No, but this was like the later episodes of Sanford. These came out in the early 80s, and I caught them like in reruns.
No, I know. I remember Sam. I'm coming to you, baby. I'm coming, honey. Actually, I think he really died in real life of a heart attack.
It is not without a sense of irony.
So,
All
Derek,
right.
what are you looking forward to?
I'm definitely looking forward to The Incredibles. I'm definitely looking forward to Toy Story. We're a big fan of both of those in this house.
I love them.
The first time Dominic went to Disneyland, he still has it. He has a Forky hat, which is pretty adorable.
Isn't that when we saw you guys there?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's where we got
okay.
it, huh?
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, when we met you guys.
yeah, he the Kate always gets cartoon genie gear. She never goes with the live. She never goes with the Will Smith one. She always gets the live. She always gets the live. She always gets the cartoon genie. She also gets like little dolls with the genie, just because she's pretty obsessed with that character, which I don't blame her. It's Robin Williams.
Robin Williams, are you kidding?
Yeah. Let's see. I was really hoping for another Finding Nemo, Finding Dory, Finding who knows what. But it doesn't sound like that's out of the question either. I think that could be really fun. There's really not much to dislike here. I like the idea of an Inside Out show. I think that could be fun, depending on how they do it, but it could be fun.
Women, there is a Finding Nemo. They're doing another one.
No, they've talked
he's saying
about
that's
it.
what he had hoped for.
Yeah. I was hoping for it, but it didn't happen. Yeah, no. One of the creators have said, "Look, there's room for that. We can definitely explore it, but nothing's been fully set up for it yet." But I'm hoping it's still possible.
Yeah.
There's a lot to look forward to. I think in terms of everything that we've talked about, there's probably more in this collection than any of the others that I'm looking forward to. So, Disney rarely does wrong with anything Pixar. They've had a couple of misses, but most of their stuff's pretty on point.
Got it.
I will say this though, when you look at the whole D23, when it comes to whether it's their live action films, Marvel, Star Wars, animation, there's very little on here that's original. All of it's tied into a franchise. It's a sequel. It's a prequel. It's there's very little here that's original content. About the only thing that I could say that's original on here, the Monster Jam that The Rock announced. There's another animation one coming out called Hoppers about these characters that end up switching places. It sounds like it's a Freaky Friday, but in animation. So I guess maybe it's not that original. Maybe Skeleton Crew, like I said, doesn't really interest me, but it sounds like they're doing something different. But everything else is remake, prequel, sequel, or it's tied into a greater franchise.
Right.
So.
All right. Well.
All right.
I'm excited about some things, but obviously not all. I had an idea once for a Big Thunder Mountain movie.
For what?
Good.
A Big Thunder Mountain movie.
Okay.
Where it was going to be like two sets of thieves. One were just like pure thieves that only went for money, but then the villains would be like the cold thieves, like the ones that committed real serious crime. And there was a big evil rich guy who ran the West Town and had all the money, and he's the one that builds the Big Thunder Railroad, but nobody knows about it. And there would be a way to basically have the final scene would be this train losing control and going at all speed with the two gangs fighting each other. Thought that could have been fun.
Great idea.
Yeah, could have been a good one. Still could happen. Why am I telling you guys this? Gotta go to LA and I have to propose it. Jesus.
Yeah, you do. You do.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, interesting.
Give you guys the idea. Watch next week. Big Thunder Mountain, written by Bob
Smith and Josh DeBarstein.
And you're like, hey, wait a minute, that was mine.
I'm sorry. Excuse me. Point of order. Speaking of court. All right. Well, folks, I think we've covered the turf in terms of D23. All right. So if we're done there, let's move on to the last topic of the evening. And it's a long one only because, folks, there's something about dads that not only want to turn or talk, but there's also things that you should really get a chance for a dad to tell you who they are, to let you know a little about themselves. And how we do that, we're going to have Dad's turn to question. Bob, if you would. That was very good.
So good.
And with that, gentlemen, you have one lifeline, 150-50, and one Ask the Audience.
That's funny.
All right.
Dad. Hey, Dad.
Here's how this is going to go, folks. I'm just going to ask some fun questions, and we're going to go until we feel like calling it quits. I can answer first. Bob, you'll go second. Josh, you go third. I literally drew names out of a hat to see who would do this. So
All right.
that's okay, unless somebody really wants to go first.
No,
No,
let's
exactly.
No, you're good.
Okay. So, just fun questions that get to the depths of the soul here. And the first one is one that we should really put first out of all the list here, because it's one we talk about continuously. Okay, what would your superpower be and why? So I will go first. It's not even close to me. It's teleportation. That's it. Efficiency. All right. I got to go drop the little one off at daycare. Here, buddy, grab my hand. Boom. Hi, guys. Boom. I'm out. Back at home. All right. Oh, we got to go to the game today? I couldn't be more thrilled. I'm going to sit here and drink a little bit. Oh, it's time. Let's go. Boom. How great. How great is that?
That's so good.
Okay. It's efficiency. And Dad should be about efficiency. So that's mine. Not even close. Bob, to you, sir.
I guess for me, I'd love to be able to see the future. And the reason is because I'm greedy like Buford Tannen or Biff Tannen. I want to be rich. I want to
make like a tree and leave. You sound like a damn fool.
I just want to be able to bet on the winner and I'll never lose. Seriously, I don't know. For me, I think it would be flight. I just think it'd be kind of cool to just be able to fly everywhere. I just think that would be kind of fun. It's nothing specific, like because I want to get somewhere faster or anything like that. I just think it'd be really cool. I guess until I ran into a set of birds or something like that. But
yeah, I mean, well, the good news is you can hear the planes coming, so you can get out of there. Josh, what's wrong with flight?
And that's what I was going to choose.
Oh, that's
and then you ruined yours because yours is absolutely brilliant. I'm like, do I say flight too? So it's like I love flight, but maybe superhuman strength too. You know,
say what you want and why. Because for me, there's no particular reason. I just think it'd be cool.
For me, it's like to be able to. Could you imagine to be able to just fly around the world and see everything? But it's the same as what Derek said in a way. You know,
his is efficiency.
Right, that is true. But no, mine would be flight to be able to get to go see my mom in like a minute. You know, or
well, then you should be teleporting everywhere.
I was about to say, take my way. I got the express route.
He's literally like Star Trekking everywhere. He's beaming everywhere.
That's why I wish I went first.
Just saying.
Then I would have complained. And I would have said, "Oh, why didn't I think of that?"
Now, that's your superpower right there. Complaining.
Yep, there it is.
Oh yeah, no, my superhuman is complaining.
Exactly.
Yeah. Probably
no,
what it is.
I would fly.
So Bob's going to be soaring through the sky. I'm going to finally go to see you over in your apartment there. And the minute we get there, you're going to be complaining.
Exactly.
Okay, that sounds about right.
All right.
Next one. Okay, most embarrassing moment. I'll go first.
Oh, okay. I know mine.
Okay. It was a Tuesday or Wednesday afternoon. We're on the school bus, heading home. But you know what the problem was, boys?
What?
It was fajita day in the cafeteria. all over.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
How old?
16, 17.
Oh, wow. You were old.
Mhm. Oh
Thought you
yeah,
were like 8.
yeah. It was not good. It was really bad.
On the bus?
Yeah. Wait, no. Hold on, I take that back. No, I was like 13 or 14. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, but still bad. I mean, it didn't make it any better.
No, I think it's worse.
Yeah. The next day, I got to stay home because my parents felt my shame, and the bus driver called me to try to make me feel better.
Oh, that was nice.
No, that's embarrassing still, Josh. Right? It was not a good day for me.
Oh, God.
I mean, I'm sure there's other embarrassing ones, but that's right up there. That one sticks
That
out.
stays with you. That's what, over 20
Yeah.
years ago? Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, Bob. Front and center.
All right. So I hadn't eaten all day,
Oh no.
and I went to the bar on my way home from work. Had a couple of
Oh,
drinks.
this sounds similar.
Oh,
All right.
God.
Had a couple of drinks and left and stopped by another bar.
Oh,
The reason why I stopped at the first one is because I was saying hello to some old coworkers because I used to work at Applebee's, and so I stopped there to see some old coworkers, and then I stopped at the bar close to where I was at, and so I got a couple more drinks there. Now I hadn't eaten an all day, so by that fourth drink, boy, it started to hit me, or I shouldn't say it started, it hit me, and I didn't even make it to the toilet.
oh no.
I made it to the urinal, and my
Oh.
face was in the urinal, and
Oh,
God.
yeah, so
hurts. Oh, my God.
and of course the bartender, who I actually had her and her boyfriend I had kind of become friends with, came in and checked on me to see if I was okay, and luckily the boyfriend gave me a ride home. Now I was only a few minutes from there. The next day I walked down and got my car, but
Which
yeah,
bar was it?
huh?
Which bar?
I don't want to say because I don't like to give my location away.
Don't say that.
No, but it was a bar that's literally like 2-3 minutes from the house.
Okay.
So yeah, it was pretty embarrassing with my face in the urinal.
Yeah, but you're still friends.
But
Big drink there.
but I'm proud to say, as Josh so eloquently put how old we all are a couple of weeks ago, I'm proud to say that in my 43 years, that is the only time I have ever been, I've ever drank to the point where I got sick.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been hungover, but that was the only time I've ever gotten sick, and that was the last time. Let's put it that way.
Yeah,
So
that's a rough night.
yeah, it wouldn't have been so bad if I was in the toilet, but I was in the urinal. So so yeah, that's got to be the most embarrassing.
Is there anyone in there?
Well, the bartenders.
I was about to say, does it matter? Yeah, somebody saw it.
Yeah, and of course, it's at those moments that you get real religious. Oh, Jesus, I'll never drink again. I promise you, just get me out of this.
We gotta get to church right now
Oh my God.
with some of that holy water. No, I drank that
Yeah.
earlier. Never mind.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That is funny. What is my
Well, there's your embarrassing moment, and then all the embarrassing moments that we have for you. Which would you like to pick?
Jeez.
I know, because we've had several of them on this show.
Mhm.
Which one do you think, Derek?
Oh, for me,
Yeah.
the one where you got in the school paper where you said you were looking for the future Mrs. Naparson,
I forgot about
and
that.
Jeremy caught it, and he caught it. He had to.
No, I know which one, but I don't know if I
he had
should
the
say it.
copy. He had the copy of the Daily Wildcat, and he walks through our apartment complex holding up the paper. And Jeremy laughs in only a way that when Jeremy laughs, you know it's Jeremy.
Yes.
He's just walking, holding this paper up, just thinking it's the Holy Grail, and walks in and shows us all that. That was pretty good.
So, Bob, what are you thinking?
Well, I don't know if this is your most embarrassing moment, but it's the one that I think of.
Oh, football.
No, that was pretty good. That was pretty
No,
good
sir.
too.
Because I have one that I thought of, but you go first.
But okay, the one that I think of for you. Yeah, I don't know if I should say it, but okay.
Say it.
So it's when you were so excited because you were dating this girl,
Oh,
and she made him take her to the opera,
oh my
and
God.
she dumped him at the opera.
Josh.
Can you believe? You know what? I forgot all about that.
She made him take her to the opera,
And dump
and
me
she
at
dumped
the
him
intermission.
there.
Admit you liked it.
Oh man, I felt so
Did
bad
you know
for you.
that, Derek?
He
No.
calls me
Thank
up,
you, Bob. Now he's going to hold that.
Derek. I kid you not. He calls me up and he's like, "Dude, you're not gonna believe this."
And
And
I
I'm
didn't
like,
want to
"What?"
go. I did not want to go.
Yes,
No, he
you did.
didn't. He
I
went
did
specifically
not
for her.
want to go. I prevented every. Oh, I knew it. God, I forgot. My thing was actually in elementary school that we were having one of those PE tests and we had to do sit-ups. And someone Bob and I both know was holding my feet, and I let one right in his face. I felt so bad.
See, the opera one doesn't sound like Josh at all. That one sounds like Josh. that sounds much
I
more.
think I did it that time, and then one time on a bus from a field trip in front of a girl.
Oh, nice.
She was like,
No wonder she dumped him at the
I
opera.
was about to say that always gets them hot.
but I forgot about that. That's a good memory. Wow.
Oh,
I really forgot all about that.
yeah.
Oh, you've been reminded, haven't you?
Apparently now, if I have dreams tonight, thanks, Bob.
Oh, you're in trouble on our text thread tomorrow. Oh man.
I'm sure the memes, the opera memes.
Uh-huh.
All right,
Well,
next one.
oh gosh, yeah. I gotta have some ready for next week.
I know. Yeah, you got to Bob, gear up.
Oh, yay.
Okay. Hmm.
That's funny.
We'll let that one go for now, Josh. All right. Okay, now this is a fun one. You
Yeah.
get any animal to have as a pet. What would it be? Okay. I'll let you guys think about it. I know my answer.
Go ahead.
Polar bear. Yeah, that's right. Okay. So
This is awesome.
if anybody, no one would dare mess with you ever. No one would know what to do.
Because they wouldn't find you. You'd be,
He would have eaten you.
No, it's my pet. He
the
likes me.
polar bear would be, his lips would be stained pink.
It's my pet.
there?
He likes me and he likes my family.
He'd be peeing out sun kiss,
Yes.
zero sugar sun.
And if you guys keep this up, I'm going to stick sprinkles on you, and he's not going to like anything that you just said. How about that?
Random sprinkles.
Yes.
You felt way too much. Did you draw a picture of you with sprinkles?
Yes. Me and sprinkles. All right.
Oh,
Come on, Bob. What do you got?
I thought I've heard you say it all.
All right. This is tough for me to say because I love my cat. I love the cats I've had over the years. I'm a big
I didn't
cat
even know
person.
you
Josh
had a
knows
cat.
that.
Oh,
I
gosh.
love cats.
Okay.
But if I had to choose another one other than my cats, I'm going to say I'd love to have a bald eagle.
Oh, yeah. That sounds very Bob. That's right on the money, isn't it?
First off,
American.
because how much more American can you
There
get?
it is.
than
Yeah,
a bald eagle. I mean, that is. That says it all right there. I'd love to turn around and send that thing flying off and see it gracefully in the wind and whatnot, and then just coming back and just walking around with that thing perched up on my arm, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd be like, just talk to the bird.
Like with that would be great if you had like that, and then like the Constitution, like.
No, but I've actually seen bald eagles in the wild, so that's cool.
Yeah, it is.
I went to Alaska. My aunt used to live up there, and went up there and visited her for a week. And they're all up in the wild up there,
They
so
are.
that's pretty cool.
They're amazing creatures.
Absolutely, they're beautiful,
Mhm.
beautiful animals. So for me, a bald eagle.
All right. To you, Josh.
Mine's very basic. I'd love a parrot.
That sounds exactly right.
I would love a parrot to be able to talk. I wouldn't tell you what I would name the parrot.
Some annoying thing that squawks. That sounds right up your alley.
No, I'd name the parrot after my mom.
You know what's sad about that is I can already see when Josh is talking to the parrot. You know what would happen with you know how the parrot would respond to him.
Shut up!
That's fantastic.
No timing is bad. You can't get better than that.
Oh God, that's good.
I would like a parrot that looks like the parrot from Aladdin.
Yes.
Oh, Iago. Okay. Yeah, I will say this. Iago is one of my favorite animated characters. I love Iago.
Gilbert Gottfried's a genius.
Oh,
Yeah.
is that good?
You know, it really upset me in the Aladdin movie because I kept waiting for Iago to turn around and talk, and then it turned out he didn't talk in the
He
movie.
didn't talk at all.
I'm like, how could you not have Iago turn around and telling Jafar, maybe you can be the chump husband? That's what I wanted to see.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
this is
then
so
also,
good.
not only does he not talk, he turns into a monster bird.
Oh,
Like,
Derek, this is a
Well, I
great
mean,
idea, by the way.
They didn't even have Mushu in the Mulan one, so
Which
I mean,
is that's unacceptable.
yeah, I mean,
Derek,
Eddie
Derek,
Murphy.
I got to tell you, as we continue this was a great idea.
Oh,
we
thank you.
got
I
it.
appreciate
Awesome. We need to do this more.
it. All right.
Okay,
Well,
next.
want to hit the next one?
do it.
Okay. What's the weirdest food combination you put together that you liked?
Oh, jeez, you're making this
Okay.
difficult.
Okay, I got
Okay,
one.
I'll tell you mine. Okay.
Okay, I got it.
Okay, good. Down the street is an establishment called Apple Fritter.
Okay.
10 guesses what they are specialized in.
Yeah.
They make like good food, all like it's really, really good food, like lunch, breakfast. And they even have like an early dinner menu where you can take it to go.
Nice.
But they obviously specialize in donuts. And there is one that is the size of a hoagie. On top is slopped with maple glaze, but it also has, yes, folks, caramel chocolate and bacon.
Okay.
Yes, exactly, Bob. Weird,
All
but
right.
delicious. Absolutely delicious. It's something to have. They call it the salty dog. It's
Interesting.
very good.
Okay. Bob?
No one said you had to
Get
like.
some cheese and crackers, some of those little cocktail weenies.
I didn't say Bob had to like it. I was asking the question.
Interesting. Okay.
All right.
Okay, for me, I guess it's not really anything that weird. Just I like to try to throw dishes together and just to kind of see what sticks. And one of my favorite dishes I've kind of made is I take this steak fajita meat, and I'll cook that, and I'll get the Jimmy Dean sausage,
Yeah.
or the Hillshire sausage,
The
ones-
kielbasa?
yeah, kind of like that, but it's not the kielbasa.
No, I
Specifically, I get the hot and spicy one,
Okay.
and I'll cut that up and throw that in there with the steak meat. Put it on a skillet, cook that. Maybe even mix some tomatoes or some like rotel to make it even a little bit spicier. Take some rice, put that on top of the rice, some cheese on top of that. I don't know why, I just love it.
Huh, okay.
I was just kind of experimenting one day, kind of throwing stuff together. I was like, oh, this is pretty good.
It's pretty good.
I've been making that over the years.
Interesting.
Would you call yourself a cook in the house, Bob?
Oh no.
No?
And it's not because I don't know how. Like I can follow recipes and cook
Sure.
stuff when needs be. I mean, but I'm not a chef or anything like that. So
That's how I actually got into, like, that was the one thing that COVID really got me good at was getting in the kitchen and rocking it. I had a lot of fun doing that. And to your point, Bob, I mix concoctions as well.
Yeah.
And that sounds like a pretty good one. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah, I don't know what it is. Sometimes I won't use like the rotel or anything like that. Sometimes it's spicy enough with just the spicy sausage and the steak meat, because when you cook it there on the skillet, all the juices from the sausage get in there, and so it adds the spice to it. And I'm like, dang, this has got some kick to it. So
Okay. Very good. Josh, to you.
So one day I'm on TikTok and Charlie walks by and they do a video where it's Cool Ranch Dorito dipped in vanilla ice cream.
Oh,
And
God.
Charlie and I looked at each other and we
Oh,
some chance had Cool Ranch Doritos in the pantry and we had some ice cream. And we're like, do you want to try it? And she's like, yeah. And we tried it. It was not bad.
that sounds awful.
up stuff better than this.
Did you just say something weird? The weirdest
Well, no, you're okay. You know what? You answered the question. I'll give you that.
yeah.
So that really
Dear Lord.
was not bad. We both were. We haven't had it since, but we were like,
Well, it was so good. We haven't had it since.
well, we haven't had, we haven't had Doritos. No, but we have. But anyway, yeah, that's mine.
All right. Well, that's you won that round. All right. Let's give it to the next one. Okay. If animals could talk, which do you think would have the best sense of humor? The one that can make you laugh. No, I have mine.
Where do these questions come from?
I have my sources.
If an animal?
Yeah. You want me to tell you mine?
Yeah.
Platypus. Hands down, look at that thing. That thing was made to make people laugh.
I don't even.
Okay.
That's like Mel Brooks as an animal to me.
Okay, I've got one. Okay, go ahead, Bob. I've got one.
Maybe a hyena.
Well, just because it laughs, or would it have good jokes too?
I don't know. But
Bob,
I mean, you said that it would have the best sense of humor, so maybe that's why it's laughing all the time. Maybe we're just not hearing the joke.
That's a fair point, actually. All right.
I would say a walrus.
A walrus, huh?
Yeah, with the big teeth, and I think they could crack jokes all day. I have no idea.
I feel like he'd be more like a street performer. It's like one of those clowns, and it's like one of those with the horn.
Yeah, it'd be funny.
That's not that funny.
I give up.
Okay, fine. All right. All right. Your life as a sitcom. What would the title be?
God.
Oh God.
I know what our friends would be.
No, I know what mine would be.
Oh my God.
I'll let you think about it. When you're ready, we'll go.
This is a sitcom.
That's a tough one.
Mm-hmm.
That is true. My wife just gave me a good one.
What was that? Well, do you want to wait, or you want to say it?
No, I'll say mine. If it was
Okay,
me,
go.
Groundhog Day, because I repeat everything 500 times.
It's not bad. Groundhog Day, the sitcom.
All right, Bob.
Put your little hand.
This is tough to come up with a name, but it would have to be somewhere along the lines of dealing with dementia patients, or maybe that dealing with dementia.
Yeah,
because no joke. Because there are times, I kid you not, I go to work, I feel like I'm dealing, with you deal with dementia patients, and then I come home and I'm dealing with older parents and and it's funny because I joke with my parents and I'm like, yeah, I got to go to work and I deal with old people, and then I come home and I got to deal with old people. So it's like, and of course they joke that they're like, oh gosh, we're forgetting everything now. So I'm like, maybe dealing with dementia.
What's yours, Derek?
That's pretty good. Mine would be working from home. And the reason I say that is because there is some funny, disturbing, disgusting stuff that you can you can be at your absolute worst when trying to work from home. And there's just some, especially in the IT world, like you got to remember, I'm sitting here. How do you know if I have pants on? You don't know.
Mhm. No.
Like stuff like that.
I don't know. During COVID, we found out that several people weren't wearing pants.
Well, exactly. Yeah, but that's just it because you didn't know. Now, if there's that, and if that's even better, if I don't have to put myself on camera, how do you know I'm just not in my boxers eating Cheetos and like getting it all over my like it's that kind of stuff. Something funny, something for everybody to enjoy. It would be mostly a one-man show, except for the conference calls you have during the day, but still funny.
I have a feeling he would have a beanbag somewhere. Where he'd be
Oh man, I wish. Oh, that'd be so good. Actually, that'd probably be one of the episodes is me sitting on Amazon all day, like buying a bunch of stuff, and it would be a beanbag. That would probably be one of them.
That would be good.
Yep.
Very interesting. All right, next one.
All right. What was the silliest thing that you believed in as a child that wasn't true? I know this one for me.
God, I mean,
got a couple that it could be.
Mm-hmm. When you're ready. You want me to go?
You go ahead, Derek. Go ahead.
Okay. My dad is an optometrist, as you can tell. And he used to mess with me all the time because I would read at night, but my nightlight would be like a little like dimmed, like blue. Be like, you know, if you read that, you're going to get a headache and you're going to go cross-eyed. And so then I had to read with my lights on, like until like 11 o'clock at night. And my mom would be like, why do you like, you still have the lights on? Why? And Dad told me that, and Mom turned off the lights and she said, go to sleep. And you could hear her yelling at him from the other room because he messed with me so bad.
Oh, you know what's funny? You don't realize what liars' parents are until you become one.
Ain't that the truth? Absolutely.
Yeah, like I turn around and tell the kids, or when I used to take them trick or treating and they were little, be like, you know that Halloween candy. You better let me look at it. There might be some razor blades and some of that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, here, I'll take the Milky Ways and the Snickers. You guys can have the Tootsie Rolls and the Tootsie Pops. Okay, I was never that bad.
Right.
But,
okay. So it was the best part was the next morning, because then he's dressed up in his suit, getting ready to go to work, and he walks in. He has his briefcase, and he's just like, "I'm sorry, Derek," and
that is funny.
And he was laughing.
That is funny.
He goes, I have to go to work now. Let's get in the car because he dropped me off at the bus stop for school.
All right, I know for me.
Okay, go ahead.
So, my grandfather on my mom's side, Josh actually met him.
Yeah,
he was a good guy.
He was.
He had one heck of a sense of humor on him. And so when I was real little, he used to tell stories to me. You know, he would just make up stories. And this one particular story, like he would tell stories of the main character, turning into a fly because he ate too much sugar, and there'd be a witch trying to kill him and stuff like that. And so I always believed, or at least, I was probably like 3-4 years old. I believed that if you ate too much sugar, you'd turn into a fly.
Oh my God.
Because he was so convincing the way he would tell it. He would tell it with such passion. I'm telling you.
Oh, I remember some of his stories.
Yeah. He was cool.
He was a good guy.
That's a good.
And like I said, he told it with passion, and just the energy that man had. He was great. So,
shout out.
Nice. I'm like trying to think what. I don't know. Like, I'm trying to think if there were any stories my parents told me that maybe would have been. God, the only thing I can think of is like Santa Claus.
Hey, I got it. That he was probably told that if he ate his vegetables, he would grow big and strong.
That's the one, isn't it?
You know what? It was about eating carrots would help your vision, and I have horrible vision. That's what it was. Eat your carrots.
Yeah, they say that helps your eyes, but
yeah, not me. Not me. That's what I would say for me.
All right. That was good. Well played, gents. Okay. Now, this is going to go to this actually leads into the second one. Did you have any superstitions when you're growing up or still do?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So I know mine. You got yours, Bob? Or did you have any? Or
Oh gosh, I wouldn't necessarily call it a superstition per se.
More obsessive compulsive?
No. Well, I guess there's a couple of them. So we mentioned last week that I like to play the slots, when I go to Vegas or whatnot. So I've got little superstitions about which machines that I like to play. I look for ones that sometimes I'll jump on one if I see somebody having lost a ton of money on, because I'm like, okay, now it's primed, it's ready to go.
There you go.
Or I look, and if I see that the major hasn't, or like a certain jackpot hasn't been won in a while, I'm like, okay, this one's primed, this one's ready to go. So it's maybe a little superstition.
I would think if you were a gambler, you would kind of have to be superstitious.
You got little ones here and there. Trying to think, there was another one I was thinking of. When I go to the store and I'm buying something, a lot of times if it's especially like a DVD or not a DVD, a Blu-ray, I always grab the second one. I don't grab that first one because maybe somebody picked that one up and was crushing on it.
Yeah. No, that's true.
So I grabbed the second one.
Same in the grocery store. I never pick the first box. I go behind it.
So yeah, I gotta grab that one that's better behind it. So I guess that's maybe a superstition there.
That's fair. Okay. Josh, yourself?
My superstitions rely on if like something positive happens, then I try to think of what happened to make it positive. It's crazy.
Oh, yeah, you want to try to earn
off okay, what did I do? Did I close that door? Okay, I got to make sure I close that door.
Mm-hmm.
Or, even what are some others?
Okay, I got one.
Go ahead.
When you're done, Joe. Okay,
no, go ahead because I'm thinking.
All right. It has to do with work.
Okay.
At work, never ever say it's quiet. Because as soon as you say it's quiet,
that's true.
We're gonna get slammed. I kid you not. When I'll go and check on my nursing staff, and I'll ask them, "Hey, is there anything going on?" No, it's all quiet. I literally will knock on wood real fast because I'm like, no, don't say that. Tell me, no, everything's okay, or don't ever say it's quiet because
we're all good here.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got one.
Say that, bam.
Mm-hmm.
I've got one that we've done in my family. Well, my mom and I. So, Bob, you must have seen this at my house. Derek knows this. You've heard of a mezuzah, right, Bob? So whenever we leave town, we kiss it 8 times. My mom always did that. And so I do that. And then we can never really go back into the house. Like, you want to make sure everything is, out, that your suitcases and everything, and really hope to God that you don't go back in the house.
Is it just that house though?
No. It's whenever I leave home. If I leave home and to go out of town.
Oh, okay.
I kiss the mezuzah 8 times.
Yeah, it's more a thing on faith though, rather than.
You would hate living in my house.
Why?
My dad forgets everything, and he goes back into the house 3 or 4 times.
My other thing is, and Bob knows this, in El Paso, remember in the den how we had the sliding doors? The closets?
Yeah.
I can never have them open. They always have to be closed.
Really?
Yep. Drives me crazy. And I'm not like that here, but there, I have to have them, even if they're open a little bit, a crack, I have to close them.
It's because that boogeyman's going to jump out and get him.
Exactly.
That's what it is.
All right, Derek, go ahead.
I'm not like a really superstitious type of guy. Like if I see a black cat, I'm not like,
Yeah. No, I've never done that.
Like Friday the 13th, I'm just like, okay, it's Friday. There's the number 13. Okay, that's great.
Right.
But for some odd reason, when there's a full moon out, I don't like to go out.
Really?
Yeah, it's just no. Just things could get weird.
Never work in a nursing home on a full moon.
See,
Gosh.
there you go.
No, I'm telling you, we all. I don't think it's a superstition. I think it's real, because we've noticed that every time there's a full moon, I don't know if it's the gravity affecting people or what, but
something's going on.
Yes.
Like there would be nights in San Francisco where I'd be hanging out at the local watering hole.
Yeah.
And like literally the guy who was my friend, who was the bartender, would be like, dude, you need to get out of here by like 9.
Wow.
I'm like, well, why? And he's just like, dude, it's a full moon. What are you talking about? It's a full moon. He goes, you'll see. You'll see. He hated the fact that he had to work until 2 that night. Hated working that shift. Hated it. And he was right too, because there were a lot of problems on Clement Street in San Francisco when I was living there. A lot. So yeah, full moon. I don't like it. No, stay inside. Mind your business.
All right.
Usually after that, you're fine.
I got you on that one. I
Thank you.
I can relate to that.
Okay, appreciate that. All right, let's get on to the next one. If you could have any historical figure as your imaginary friend, who would it be?
Oh my God. Any
historical figure?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Okay.
That's a
living or
good
dead.
one.
Living or dead, doesn't matter.
Living or dead?
Mm-hmm.
So
I don't mind.
When you say historical figure, I mean this could be somebody from pop culture.
Can be anything.
All right.
An imaginary friend?
As an imaginary friend, they're if for you, Jess, let's say you had a Taylor Swift imaginary friend. Yes, that's allowed.
Okay, I've got one.
Taylor Swift?
Exactly.
All right. You want me to go first?
Yeah.
I always thought it would be really funny to have like Albert Einstein like sitting right next to me. Like, you know, like where nobody could see it. No, you can't put that in the oven that high. It'll dry out the chicken. The neurons will not mix. Your wife doesn't like that. And then I serve the chicken, and of course it's dry. I believe I said that's what's what will happen. Next time, let's work together.
Oh my God, that's so good.
He seems funny, and he's into science. It could be fun, and it's educational.
I just can't like polar bear, Albert Einstein.
This is supposed to be fun. All right, come on.
Okay, now would you say hold on? When you say historical figure, do they have to be a real historical figure, or could it be some?
No, fictional comes later.
Okay.
Yeah, no, this has to be real history.
Because I've got
a
fictional one. Okay.
Yeah, I'll get to that one next, actually. But that'll be the next question. But let's answer this one first.
Go ahead, Josh.
Andre the Giant.
Why would?
I don't know. He would be there to protect me. I think he would.
He's imaginary. He can't protect you.
I know. You came up with these questions. It could be anything.
You are small. You are weak.
No baby oil.
We both say it.
Get out!
Get out now!
Get out! No baby oil.
I love how they all say, "Who did Andre hate?" Randy Savage.
Like instantly.
Who do you think, Bob?
Oh, I'm gonna say this just because I would have always liked to have met him. Joe Montana.
Oh!
I just would have always liked to have met him. So I'm gonna say, and because I was a quarterback when I played, I would have loved to have had him as my imaginary friend, teaching me how to do it and whatnot. So, like in my mind, he'll always be the greatest of all time, even though I have to admit Brady was the greatest of all time. But in my mind, in my heart, or let me rephrase, in my heart,
you know your truth.
yeah,
You know your truth.
in my heart, Montana's always going to be the greatest. But yeah, so that's who I would.
You know who would be fun? I have one more. Bobby Bowden.
Oh, Bobby Bowden would have been awesome.
I
Bobby
think that
Bowden
would
would have been
really
interesting.
cool because I think that gum. I can't believe we went wide right twice, and then we finally have a chance, and we go wide left.
But you know what? Bobby Bowden was just an all around good guy.
Yeah.
That's been the thing about him. Everybody said that.
You know, have you seen the movie We Are Marshall?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, and you know, Bobby Bowden has a role in there, and
because he was at West Virginia.
Yeah, and you see what the stuff that he did to help Marshall out, even though they were rivals.
Yeah.
And just he was just an all around good guy. I heard this story where Burt Reynolds. This was a story that he told. And he said Burt Reynolds had come to him and said, "Okay, I'm willing to give you such and such amount of money for new uniforms, new helmets, new all that stuff, for all the stuff that you think that you need the most."
Yeah.
And he said, "Oh, okay." And so Reynolds donated the money, and I guess a few weeks later, Reynolds came by to catch him at practice, or not practice, before a game, and some of the players run by, and he says, "Oh, okay, so." You got them some new uniforms, right? And Bowden says, no, we didn't get them any new uniforms. And again, they see a few more players running by. He's like, oh, so you got them some new shoes? And he's like, no, we didn't get them shoes. And again, they go running by, and he's like, oh, so you got them some helmets? No, we didn't get them helmets. He's like, look, Bobby, I gave you all of this money for the stuff that you need the most. What did you get with the money? He says, well, I gave it to the refs.
So good.
That's great.
That's the type of guy Bobby Bowden was.
Yeah.
His sense of humor and whatnot. So yeah, he would have been cool.
That would have been a good one.
That would have been fun. All right, next.
Okay, so we talked about historical figures. Those were the real ones. If you could switch places with a fictional character for one day, who would it be?
Ooh.
This gets good.
See, that changes my answer a little bit.
God.
Yeah.
Okay, I can go first.
You go first.
Go ahead.
I would want to be Superman.
Would you, though?
Yeah.
You got a lot of people to tend to.
I know, but I just think that would be amazing to wear that shield on your chest and, to be able to save people and get them out of trouble and really be impervious to a lot of stuff except, kryptonite. That's who I'd want to be, is Superman.
All right. I get why. Okay.
Okay, I got mine.
Okay,
Yeah.
To you, Bob.
I'd want to be Lex Luthor as he's mining some kryptonite.
Was that a joke? Are you joking?
No,
Yes.
okay. Anybody that I could have switched with. A fictional character. I don't know why. I was going to answer that for the character that I would like to have as my imaginary friend would have been Alf. That would have been. So I'm going to kind of stick with that answer. I'm going to switch places with Alf and live with the Tanners and chase the cat around for a little bit and eat whatever I want because he had, what was it, like 7 organs and 6 of them were stomachs or something like that.
That's funny.
So yeah, I just think that would be fun.
That would be pretty cool. Right. Well, to me, I couldn't. It was hard to think of a fictional one in order to switch myself out. But if I had to pick one, Probably James Bond.
That is good.
You know, like
Yes.
that's. I mean,
I
yeah,
like
I mean, you risk you risk life and death every day, but you're gonna look good doing it.
I'm Bond. James
Yeah,
Bond.
you're gonna wear a nice suit. You're gonna get the coolest toys,
So
and
good.
girls are gonna
I
like
agree.
you. And
Yeah,
you're gonna have a nice drink. So
that's good. I like
yeah,
that.
that's a lot of fun. All right, so let's move on. Now, this is a fun one. Okay, you get to make up a holiday. What would it be and why? You get to
Ooh.
invent one. What would it celebrate? And how would you celebrate it?
Huh.
Oh
That
my-
one take
that is-
is some.
Yeah,
That
this takes a minute. I have
That
mine,
is
but this takes a
tough.
minute.
Well, go ahead and say yours while we're thinking.
Okay. The I haven't exactly thought of the name of it, but in essence, I wouldn't just call it the Super Bowl. I would call it Super Bowl weekend, and Monday everybody has a day off work,
Okay, which they might start doing actually.
which they should do because everybody's been eating and drinking all day, and people need a chance to recover. You don't have to do anything except recover that day, and that means that gyms should offer a free day if people want to go in. Spas should have deals, like it's that kind of thing. So that's what I would do.
All right.
God,
What about you? What about you guys? Who wants to go first? It's hard. This is tricky.
Really tough.
Yeah.
I guess for me, it would be similar along those lines, but it would be specifically with college football.
Okay.
I could see like that opening weekend, same type of thing, being kind of a national holiday type thing.
Okay.
But that's also kind of weird because usually the opening weekend falls on Labor Day anyway.
True.
So let me think. You got one, Josh?
No,
Yeah. This is hard.
this is tough.
Okay. Okay. It could be anything, right?
It can.
Okay. So it is going to be the day that Lucasfilm is finally sold to to like Elon Musk or somebody like that, and they have rebooted all of Star Wars except the original 6 films, and that will become a national holiday, and we will be celebrating that every year.
Here.
Muskrat.
Oh
That's what we should
God,
do.
I like that one. Wow, I am having a difficult time with this one.
The first film, once Elon Musk buys it, shouldn't even be a film. It should just be him talking and yelling about how terrible it was and how terrible people were for life. Just running people down.
Oh God, that is so tough.
Not only is it physically reprehensible, it's morally reprehensible. Like I could see it now, Elon Musk doing that.
So I have one that's in mind, but I think it would be crazy. Because everyone would want to go there. But
Say
I'll
it.
just say it anyway.
Yeah.
A day where you do not have to pay to get into Disneyland.
Okay.
You can just go and not have to worry about
That's
anything.
fair. That's
You
a
go
good one.
straight. It's just everybody. I don't know how, you would.
You know what?
everyone
Open
would
that
be
up
there,
to like
you know.
every amusement park.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
should.
where you just
Yeah,
don't have to
that's-
pay
Amusement park day. There you go.
$150.
Yeah. I'll tell you what you call that.
Huh.
Free 99.
Why the 99?
Just
Because
'cause.
you hear $3.99, why not free
Oh.
99?
Oh, okay. So yeah, that's what I would do.
Okay. That's fair. That's good.
That was tough. That took me a while.
Yeah.
All right.
All
Okay.
right. You guys, how are we guys? You
Let's
wanna keep
get
going?
let's get a couple more in here.
Yeah,
Okay,
a
you want
couple
to do
more.
3? You want to do 3 more?
Yeah, let's do 3
Yeah,
more.
let's do 3 more.
Okay. All right. Most ridiculous way you've injured yourself. I know this.
I know Bobby's. Oh God.
Oh, no. You don't know mine.
Oh. All right. You want to hear mine?
Do it.
Yes.
Well, Bobby wasn't the only one that had a rough night at the bar. I walked home, and the elevator was out of order in my building, so I decided to take the stairs. Well, these weren't on, thank goodness, but I landed face planted right on the corner, like right on the corner of the step, like right here. And I had black and blue eyes.
You were the raccoon.
Yeah.
When
And
was this?
God, that hurt. Oh, huh?
When was this?
Oh gosh. I mean, you knew me. It was like what, 2010, maybe something like that.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, maybe. Well, maybe 2000, maybe a little bit earlier, but not that far off from
Wow. Okay.
it. Mm-hmm. God, that hurt. The next morning
all
was bad. Oh,
I think Bob, we should wait for you.
Okay, go ahead. I've got two of them actually because they're both equally embarrassing to me. But
So I'm out. I'm with some guys. Bob, I believe, might have been there. I'm not sure. And we were swinging from a tree on a rope. Were you there, or were you there for
Maybe.
bowling afterwards?
maybe.
Because the Minches were there. You're all there, and stupid me is swinging and decides to let go, and I go in the mud, hit my knee. Was like, oh my God, I can't believe I just did that. And then we went bowling afterwards, and I had one of my best bowling days. But the embarrassment of just me letting go, and you weren't there?
No, maybe not.
I don't think you were there. So that's mine. Bob, what's yours? I'm curious.
All right. So one of them is okay. So I was out jogging, and there was a lady who was jogging on the same sidewalk that I was, and she was, how shall I say, she was gifted in many ways.
I think I remember.
And so I noticed her, there. So I was trying to show off, and so I picked up the pace.
you noticed.
Running a little bit harder, a little bit
Yeah, a
faster.
little extra pep in the step. Yes.
Yeah, and I ended up passing her, and sure enough, I ended up
Falling.
I ended up falling after I had gotten in front of her, scraped up my knee, bad enough to where I still got the scar after all these years. But because when I hit, I kind of got like that kind of road rash, but on the sidewalk.
Oh, it's gonna be so embarrassing.
And she comes up to me. She's like, "Are you okay?" You're right. I'm fine. Yeah. So that one was was pretty embarrassing.
Yeah.
I'll stick with that one. I think that one's my top one.
That's a pretty good one right there.
Oh,
all right.
So good.
Okay, we got two more. All right. This one may take a minute. If you were snack, what would you be, and what would your tagline be for ads?
If I was a snack?
Oh
Yeah.
my God. You were a snack?
Mm-hmm. Well, how about, okay, let's rephrase it. If you could make a snack, what would it be, and what would the tagline be for the ads?
If I could make a snack?
Oh my God. If I could make a snack. I mean okay, I would say I love popcorn. I'm salty and delicious.
That's it?
I don't know, but this is a hard one.
All right, I'll tell you mine, okay?
Yeah.
I would be a delicious beef jerky.
Ooh.
Like a big, like fat, like pieces like that. And on the bag, it would say, "Stay out of this, lettuce," or like something like that.
See, this is the thing. You've had time to think about these.
No, that one I
I
did.
have not.
Actually, no, they asked that one, and I mean, I thought about it a little bit, but then that just popped into my head.
Get out of here, lettuce.
You have no place here, lettuce.
What do you? Let's hear it, Bob.
I don't know. I don't think of myself more as a snack. I think of myself as like a deli sandwich, you know, like, but
All right,
like,
let's go with it then.
but like with extra meat, you know, and stuff like that. And the tagline would be something like, "This ain't Subway."
This ain't Subway. Oh my god, that's funny.
All right, one more.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pick a good one.
You got a celebrity for a personal assistant for a day. Who is it?
Oh, I got mine.
Oh. Ha. Go ahead, Derek.
Margot Robbie.
Yeah.
Man. And you know, the thing about her is she's Australian too. So if I threw any sass her way, she could probably whoop me down like real bad.
Oh, I got a good one. I got such a good
she
one.
Would.
Go ahead, Bob.
I got to go with Janine Melnitz from Ghostbusters.
No.
No, I'm just.
I was about to say no.
No, for me, it would be Salma Hayek.
Oh,
really?
That's a good
Salma
one.
Hayek.
Yeah.
But like Salma Hayek from like back when she did like Fools Rush In or From Dusk Till Dawn.
From Dusk Till Dawn is tremendous. Salma Hayek.
She is.
She didn't have to wear that. She wouldn't have to wear that outfit. But what I mean
yes,
is,
she would.
What was it? The orange bikini? Yes,
no,
she would.
I'm just saying that.
Yes, she would.
Like at that. I mean, she's still pretty hot right now. But that's you know. I mean, she was gorgeous. I mean, she still is. But that's so for me. It's
pretty
Salma.
good. Mm-hmm.
Rhea Ripley.
You really want to have Rhea Ripley as your?
Did you not see what happened to
I
Dom?
was about to say this isn't going to work. This is going to end up well for you.
Rhea Ripley. Mommy.
I'd have gone with Liv over Mommy.
No, Rhea
yeah,
Ripley.
look, Liv brings out the best in people. That's how Dom was finally able to beat his deadbeat dad.
I would say the other one who I'll say my number one who I've always loved, Kelly Ripa.
Okay, well that's understandable. I would get that.
So I just thought of Rhea Ripley.
But
The
Rhea
new look
Ripley
she has is like I was never like into like her old look, and then when she grew the hair out and changed the makeup, and
you can't make Mommy mad though.
Fine by me.
You know what's funny? I was watching some old clips. We forget how far back her history goes with Liv Morgan.
Yeah,
goes a long time.
Yeah, and here's what's funny is that people forget Rhea actually started it.
Yeah.
she did.
She actually turned on Liv when they were tag team partners.
Yes, and they don't. WWE doesn't talk.
They don't talk about that anymore.
No.
Yeah, they try to make it like, oh, Dom betrayed Mommy, and Liv has done all these terrible things to her. Rhea's the one who started it, and not only did she start it, she crushed Liv's arm with the chair.
Mommy started it, but Liv ended it. That's for dang
right.
sure.
That's right.
Can I
Yes.
Can I finish with one question for you guys?
Sure.
If you are a wrestler, what is your finishing move?
Does it have to be a brand new move, or can it be
whatever you want? Whatever you want. Mine's not brand new. It's one I've always thought of using.
What is it? I'm just curious.
Power bomb. I've always liked the power bomb. And like the way like Sid and Nash used to do it.
Okay.
The
jackknife.
The
jackknife.
Yeah.
What about you guys?
All right. Go ahead, Bob.
I like the RKO.
Okay.
Simple to the point.
Yeah.
Bob KO.
It's always done as a surprise. And that's what makes
the
it
best
cool.
thing. Yeah.
And if it couldn't be the RKO, it would be the stunner. But like the way Steve Austin used to do it.
Right.
Just like boom.
So
Kick to the gut. Well, Josh, you and I have talked about this. It was a long while back, but remember how I would always take my initials. You guys would call me DT.
Yes.
So then I would make stuff up as a result of that. I would say I had a move called the D-test. And then I had a submission hold called the detachment. But Josh's favorite was when I made one where it looked like I was going for a power bomb, but then I pushed the guy off and I turned into a face buster.
Yes.
And I called it the detour.
So good. I forgot about that. Yes.
Yeah. So I thought you'd like that.
God, I remember that. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
The detour.
All right. I've got one for you guys real quick.
Lay it on us.
All right. If you could switch careers, what would you switch to? What's your dream career?
It could be anything, right?
Yeah. What would you do if you could switch careers?
I'd be a director.
Okay.
I'd want to be a director and improve Hollywood. And yeah, I would want to be a director.
Interesting. All right.
Or an animator if I could draw.
Well, he said anything.
You could switch. Well, if you could switch to anything.
Yeah, but really, I think my first thing would be a director and save Star Wars.
Well, boy, heaven help you.
Well, in that case, he should want to be a movie producer.
I was about to say.
What about you guys?
I'd probably be a writer.
Interesting.
Yeah. I don't know what I would write. I could probably write a script if I really wanted to, or a really funny book. But I've always had a way with words, so I figured, you know what, put that to good use. And I really do enjoy writing when it's just like my own and I can just roll with it. It's fun. It's a lot of fun for me.
What about you, Bob?
You know this, Josh. Growing up, I always enjoyed acting.
Be an actor.
Yeah, I mean, if I ever had the opportunity, I would have done it.
Yeah.
Or not even necessarily like in Hollywood or anything like that. Just even acting on stage. Yeah. I used to love the times I would get involved in plays and stuff like that. Yeah,
you were very good at it.
I had fun doing it, and then I used a lot of what I learned, to get creative with other projects and things that I've done over the years. That I've taken into work and stuff like that. And I mean, heck, even some of what I do on my own channel, there's a little bit of showmanship involved with that. So
yeah, absolutely.
All right, that's a good one.
I think I missed my calling. I should have been a football coach.
There's no way in you should have. Okay, if you're gonna go that route, you would have been the equipment boy.
Today is about you ruining my fantasies.
All right, how about this? I'll give you one more because it's a good sign-off one.
All right.
You have one theme song. Okay, if you want it to be wrestling, that's fine too. But what's your theme song?
And it can be it could be an existing one, right?
Yeah, exactly. It could be any kind of current music you want.
Oh, I know mine.
Okay.
Theme song.
God, I know what it is. I already know.
What is it?
Something from Aerosmith.
No. A theme song. I think of the theme song from Cheers.
No. Oh, you really? Do you do?
Yeah.
That's the theme song.
You wanna go where everybody knows your name.
Well, this can be like a song too. It doesn't have to be just. Yeah. But that's fair. That's also allowed.
Oh, I didn't know. Then Living on the Edge.
See.
I knew yours would be I Was Made for Loving You.
No, it would be nothing like that. But
okay, what would yours be, Derek?
Probably something along the lines of like Ice Cube. You know how we do it. Something from Cube, probably. Bop Gun's a fantastic one. That might be it for me. But probably a tie between those two. Something from.
What was the other one?
Bop Gun.
Okay.
Yeah, That's a good one. That's fun. That's a fun song. That's a song you dance to. Bob, to you.
Two choices for me.
Mm-hmm.
One would either be "Beautiful Day" by U2.
Ah.
Okay.
The other one would be "Legendary" by Skillet.
I've
And
never heard that song.
you have. It was the theme song for Monday Night Raw several years ago.
Really?
Who knew?
Wow.
Now I got to go back and listen to it.
Yeah, look it up. It's Skillet is a Christian band that had a lot of mainstream success. They've actually had their songs appear like for different sporting events and stuff like that. But their song "Legendary" was the theme song for Monday Night Raw for like a year or two.
Wow.
Didn't they have a couple of like theme songs that like were themes for like pay-per-views too? Like that's
They
where
they have.
Yeah.
They had one "Psycho in My Head."
Okay.
Was with one of the pay-per-views. I don't remember which one it was.
Yeah.
But yeah, go back and listen to "Legendary" because the whole gist of the song is about living a life that is legendary, where you get remembered for doing something, accomplishing something, being the best you can be.
That's a good one.
Yeah, in fact, I'll send you guys the link to the song.
Please
But
do.
It's a cool song. As soon as you started to hear it, you would probably recognize it because again, it was the theme song for Monday Night Raw for like a year or two.
Okay.
In fact, I remember when it got selected to be the theme song, I saw an interview with them, and the lead singer John Cooper was like, "Yeah, we got our song for Monday Night Raw. We're all wrestling fans here." So, yeah, they were all
Nice.
excited and everything.
Well done.
funny.
All right.
Very
Well, boys, I think we've run the gauntlet here, but I got to tell you, that was a lot of fun.
That was awesome.
Yeah. We'll do this another time down the line.
I think we're gonna have some good stuff coming up because I think we could. There's some top fives that we could really do that would be really cool.
Man, I can't.
And then, like I said, I need to get you guys that information for DraftKings. I know it's still a little early, so I'm not rushing on it, but I want you guys to get set up so that way we could set up the 3-man league and stuff. So that'd be fun. So I think we got some fun stuff coming up.
Yeah, the fall season is always going to bring a lot of good sports stuff, especially with football, especially with basketball. Gosh, that's not too far behind either.
Yeah.
So,
No.
Yeah, we're gonna
and just to give you all a heads up, just since we're filming this a day early, it'll probably take a couple days to get the episode out, but we'll get it out.
All
Nice.
good. All good. Well, why don't we do a little social media? Bob, Josh, tell them where you're at.
All right. Go ahead, Josh.
Okay, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok. I'm the family man of the Valley. I'm a realtor here in Southern California. Let me know if you want to buy or sell.
All right. And you can find me over on YouTube, over on my main channel, Was It Good? Also, you can find me over on X and on Critic List, where I where I post all my reviews that I do on YouTube, as well as give a written review of the movies that I talk about. So
very good. Okay, last question goes to Derek. Derek, are you old? Yes, which is why you can find me on LinkedIn and and Facebook. All right. With that, gents, let's sign off for this episode. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure. This was a good one.
absolutely.
All right.
You guys have a great night.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye.